Well, good morning into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome back in. Happy Tuesday morning, September 9th. We are coming to you live from sunny Colorado at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Today's episode, welcome in. Please tap like and subscribe if you don't mind down below. And don't forget, we have our Patreon starting. That is coming up Friday, September 19th. That is our launch of the Patreon. Please check that out. Welcome into everybody. Good morning, Turkey Base. Welcome in this morning in the comment section. Welcome to everybody else back into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. And don't forget to tap that Caleb link down below as well. Caleb and Brown. Find out about their crypto brokerage today. CEXs, DEXs, AMMs, so centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, and automated market makers. We are covering this today. Welcome in. Welcome. On a flight right now to Philly. Oh, from Philly to South Carolina. Oh, sweet. Enjoy. Watch it on the flight. Awesome, Turkey Base. You tell that plane to tune into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. You holler at that plane now. You tell them tap that like and subscribe too. How funny. Anyway, yeah, we're going to map this out, guys. Liquidity maps for XRP, why liquidity matters, well, liquidity is the movement of value. It really is like oxygen for finance. Without it, it just suffocates, and with it, it just thrives, right? So for banks, of course, it means billions moved. For retail, it's trading in seconds. Okay, so this liquidity is crucial for all aspects of the market. Without it, everything stalls. Okay, XRP, of course, bridges and creates the liquidity between everything. Now, there's some others that create some liquidity as well. And in my opinion, nothing like the XRP ledger. I'm going to say facts when you look at what they do. Centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Bitstamp, guys, they're high volume, right? They have deep order books. Yes, that's true. Fiat on-ramps, institutions, trusts. Yes, that is true, right? They get hacked all the time. They have outages, regulatory freezes, right? Centralized exchanges do stay important no matter what. We know that. Thank you, Turkey Base. Hilarious. I didn't know turkeys could fly. XRPL decentralized exchanges live years before Uniswap. Now look at the strengths. You're going to hold your keys with those. Okay, they're fast, 3 to 5 seconds. Pairs with XRPL, RUSD wrapped assets. Yeah, that's great. Weaknesses, low liquidity, low awareness, right? With the RLSD and tokenization, though, XRPL, decentralized exchange, could become the Wall Street of DeFinance, right? It could be. Yeah, the AMMs are a game changer. Launched in 2024. Pools balance themselves. The strengths are, of course, that have constant liquidity. Arbitrage keeps spread tight. It yields for liquidity providers. The weaknesses, of course, are that the smart contract, we have smart contract risk. Needs scale to thrive. But AMMs tie it all together. Yes, they do. So, we've got a lot to look forward to considering XRP and the XRP ledger. We have a transition phase coming big time concerning this whole thing. And please tap like and subscribe if you don't mind. Thank you. Down below. And let's remember that also that Patreon launches on September 19th, Friday. And that gives us exclusive behind the scenes content and so forth. But thanks for tuning to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Now, this map ahead. Think of this liquidity like infrastructure, guys. We've got centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, and AMMs all experiencing this. Balancing flows, tightening spreads, all creating this global network moving forward with XRP at the center, and XRPL. Now, what does it mean for you guys, and what does it mean for me and others who hold XRP? Not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It means, of course, better prices, tighter spreads, more utility. For institutions, regulated rails, which is crucial, tokenized settlement, balanced liquidity. Right. Now, for XRP, resilient, scalable, trustable in this whole thing. Okay, the system itself becomes liquid. Okay, and that's what we've been waiting for. And then not a financial advisor. We should see price follow that. Okay, that's the design. That's the theory. That's what we're all banking on. Again, it's never financial advice. But I think moving forward, it's pretty clear that we have a couple of few of these. Let's get this going a little more. That's better. We have a couple few of these guys that are about to go to the moon. And I think we all know that. It's a little bit better with the music. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some of this stuff about to go to the moon. Let's take a quick peek. Let's take a quick look at this morning here. Cryptocurrency market cap coming in at 3.91 trillion, up just a hair. 44 for fear and greed index reading, and Bitcoin is at 112,602 for a Bitcoin. Ethereum, for one Ethereum, $4,335. And we've got a $3 XRP. She's been making her way up over the last day, down at this low point at 293. And over the 7-day, seeing some dip action to 279 here. Even a little bit further back there. Let's jump out on the 1 month on XRP. So we were up at these heights here, and here's our mark. Here's our line at 331. Back on 813 ish. Yeah, about 813. So we've taken quite a dive, and we are on our way back up out of this rigmarole here, this whole valley here. Anyway, don't forget that Caleb and Brown is your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency brokerage and is crucial. And you can check everything out on our affiliate link down below. If you don't mind, please tap that. Please don't forget to tap like and subscribe. And welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. We have a lovely, lovely Tuesday morning here in sunny Colorado. And here we have Fiat Leak laying out XRP transactions. Yesterday, we were blasting about 680,000 on average per minute at the time we checked, which is now 24 hours later, and we're at 530,000 on a Tuesday. Tends to drop. We'll be at probably 300,000 on an average tomorrow, and then the next day probably 200. It happens like that throughout the week and spreads out, if you notice the trend. Anyway, let's see what AI has to say about key advantages and disadvantages. The question asked is, what crypto has the best DEX? Is it the XRPL? I asked AI, and I asked it, and here is its answer. To finding the best decentralized exchange, of course, staying diplomatic and neutral is AI, as we expect. Decentralized exchange is subjective and depends on the trader's priorities, such as speed, cost, liquidity, and security, and of course it does, so thank you for breaking them down. While the XRP ledger offers distinct advantages like fast, low-cost transactions, other ecosystems like Ethereum and Solana host exchanges with significantly higher trading volume and liquidity. Yes, they do. And that is all about to change. XRPL, is it the best DEX? The XRPL has unique benefits, but it is not definitely the best. I don't know. Top DEXs on Ethereum and other changes currently outpace XRPL in terms of trading volume and active development. Yeah, okay, understood. Here's the thing, though. Once volume comes onto the ledger, like we're seeing here, and more, and as their volume increases on these other chains, my question to them and to all of you and to myself is, can they keep up the way the ledger will keep up? Oh, That's the big question. I think things are going to come to light pretty soon, tech-wise, that shows some cracks in some of these other chains. As far as breakages and slows and Solana has gotten much better, but would break all the time. And I think we're going to start experiencing some concerns with speed and activity on some of these chains that they won't be able to keep up. And I could be wrong, but I think that's going to be the chink in the armor that we see with some of these chains, and the solid chains, such as the solid DEXs, are going to crush it. Anyway, that's my opinion. Speed and low cost, thanks to its consensus advantages of the XRP ledger, says AI. Speed and low cost, thanks to its consensus mechanism, XRP ledger processes in 3 to 5 seconds with fees that are a fraction of a cent. This is notably faster and cheaper than Ethereum network, which can become congested and high gas fees. Right. So Ethereum, in my opinion, because of those, yeah, love you, Ethereum, but you're automatically out as far as how can you do that? It's the fees that make you out. Now, I know everything's written on you, and it is what it is, and that's fine. Really, and this is not a tribalist, this is a factual thing. Let's run through these in a scientific manner. You'll be out then. You can't compete. You can't do it. Ethereum's out. Built-in exchange, the DEX is a native feature of the XRP ledger, unlike many other blockchains where exchanges are built as separate applications riding on top. Like Uniswap, Ethereum, this is what we're talking about. Immediately, like, say you're out. Watch how that chink in the armor by not being that way, natively having it embedded, just natively having it like the XRPL. Watch how that is an issue moving forward as this whole thing scales up. I'm not a financial advisor. That is my common sense take. That as too much comes on, cost and also breakage is going to be a major issue on some of these others. Anyway, liquidity optimization, says AI, the XRP ledger's pathfinding feature, which we've covered in multiple episodes. Please check our episodes on pathfinding. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, this stuff is so boring. I'm not going to watch." I have friends of mine that say, "I can't watch your show. It's just too boring. I don't know what that stuff is." Yet some of these friends are invested in XRP, and it's like, well, don't we need to know what we are invested in a little more deeply than just knowing price go up? Liquidity, this is my opinion. Liquidity optimization with the pathfinding feature is very crucial, guys. Cost-effective trading path between two currencies, what it is, even if XRP is needed as an intermediary. So we've covered that, and what that is, of course, is when you're trying to pair two trades, pair two that are like, let's say, euro with something that's just odd. You can throw XRP in the center, and where normally you would not have been able to create the liquidity for that pair to actually happen, now it can, or the cost would be too high. Now either the cost is lower and or the trade can actually happen. That's the pathfinding by using XRP in the center as a bridge to connect the two. Anyway, key disadvantages of the XRP ledger DEX: lower liquidity and activity despite its speed. The XRP ledger's DEX, decentralized exchange, has a much smaller trading volume and less liquidity than the leading DEXs on other markets. Okay, we'll bow down to that. We've got to be honest about this. The strengths are the strengths and the weaknesses are the weaknesses. We're being scientific and factual and not cool with the XRP ledger right there. I don't care how much of an XRP army shouter we are. We have to be honest. Okay, not cool. Not for high-frequency trading. I don't like that either. Not cool. Let's correct these things. Due to its 3 to 5 second ledger closes, the XRP ledger is not designed for the instantaneous high-frequency trading seen on centralized exchanges. Well, we're going to need to change that now. How do we do that? Lagging ecosystem growth. That'll change, don't worry. Compared to networks like Ethereum and Solana, yeah, I know, don't worry, it's been suppressed. The XRP ledger is struck, not a concern. We need to correct these two things up here if we're being scientific and factual. Lower liquidity and activity, that's going to change anyway, don't worry. Not for high-frequency trading. Due to its 3 to 5 second ledger closes, let's get that sped up. Regulatory uncertainty, don't worry, that's all going to change. So I'm not worried about anything except for this point right here. This second point is all I'm concerned with. Everything else is going to change naturally. Those other 3 points, not a concern. Top alternatives to XRP ledger's DEX. Leading DEXs exist on various blockchains, each with different features and trade-offs. Uniswap, Ethereum L2s, I'm not going to run through all pros and cons. Uniswap, Pancake, Jupiter, and Orca with Solana. Which DEX is best for you? It is just going to depend on what you're trying to do. Let's go a bit deeper on this. No, it doesn't have the best DEX. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. Watch. No, don't want you with my mic. I disagree. Watch. I disagree. Here, let's pull this up. I disagree. XRP has the best DEX hands down. Let's see what it says to that. I'm curious. No single DEX can be declared best, blah, 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 for instance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, watch. Yes, but when all metrics, yep, are considered, we have to choose one that checks all the boxes. And that is the XRPL. Let's see what it says to that. Even considering all matches and possible player that's going to be this. Okay. So give me your top 3 then, please. Let's see. What's AI's top 3 DEXs? Uni, Radium, and Curve. Interesting. Okay. Hey, everybody's got titles to their opinion, even a robot. Don't mean it's right. They don't mean it's right. It's not proper grammar, Frank. Doesn't mean it's right. Anyway, back to the show and back to taking off, even though we got tons of comments and I'm not paying attention because I'm going off of my crazy little rants. And by the way, sorry, guys. All right, guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in. Todd, welcome in. Madine, welcome in. Once again, Sachu, welcome in. Let's get to these comments and see what folks are saying. I'm sorry, I'm ranting and ranting. We've got Turkey Base watching us from an airplane right now. Crypto Tanks, we're all in the air, guys. We're all up in the air right now on the show. Turkey Base has us airborne right now on a plane on vacation, so have a great time. Turkey Base on your vacay. Madine says, Inshallah, for the next 2 months, XRP will be surprising. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Wow. Did not get informed this time. I know. It's been happening. And people aren't being informed and think the episodes aren't happening, but know that I am here on the ready. Every 7 a.m. I forgot time. Every 7 a.m. Colorado time, Mountain Time. So thanks. And we come on Monday through Friday. And also 5 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Friday. I am here on the ready. I am like a lighthouse for you for those 5 days. If I miss, something must have happened in the world that is absolutely earth-shattering to have me not do the episode. So that's who you're dealing with. I am, people say, you don't have to do it tonight. Yes, I do. No. I am a commitment-based individual. So if I say I'm going to do it, I do it. That's who you have. I'm reliable, responsible and reliable. I work to do that every minute of my life. So anyway, yeah, Monday through Friday, we're on 7 a.m. and ready Mountain Time and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday all the time. I take Saturday and Sunday off so I can actually have my breather. But I don't know why it's not informing, guys. I don't get it. It does it sometimes. Today we have covered, and thanks for joining us, by the way. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Crypto Info. where we covered the liquidity. The liquidity. Liquidity is like oxygen. Oh my gosh, yeah, so many people, Marty chiming in the comments, so many people argue with AI. I think it's hilarious. What I am concerned with is, what about when AI gets into the vehicles and it says, now, Frank, you weren't being very nice to me. And I'm like, where's my brakes? I need my brakes. They're like, you should have been nicer. I'm worried about that day. I hope that does not happen. I'm not trying to scare, but I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, I think the future is, guys, by the way, blockchain and smart contracts running this planet largely by, I'm going to say, AI, which is kind of scary. So AI with agents running smart contracts and essentially handling all the busy work and all the, let's just say, nonsense, difficult to trust work, all taken out. No more, I changed my mind. You got me angry 3 years later. I'm not paying for that thing I said I would. No, it gets paid because the smart contract's in place, and it takes the human nonsense out of the whole thing. Now, that could be good or bad, because if AI agents are interfacing with AI and running all of this stuff, and it's like, nope, that's it. And it's like, yeah, but this person, if you don't do this, no, AI's in place. Nope, that's it. Can't reverse it. And then, you got a RoboCop thing happening, right? And then that can get very scary. So we want safety in this world, and we don't want blockchains. Nurple, welcome in. You made it back in. Welcome, Turple Nurple. Yeah, we don't want a weird RoboCop. Everybody's seen the movie RoboCop, the first one. We don't want a weird RoboCop situation where technology goes haywire, and it's like, oh my gosh, jeez, what do? We created monsters. Yeah, because it's obvious that blockchain is going to be revamping, and it is already revamping the banking system, the messaging, the transaction layer, all of it. Every layer of the banking world, and not just transactional, every other layer as well, is being revamped. Another voting and other mechanisms in the world are being changed with blockchain and smart contract technology. And I know that you know that. And that's why we're here, and not financial advice. That's why a lot of us are investing in these. Now, here's the deal, though. Now, here's the dilly willy. We also have AI that can't be left out. And just like there are multiple blockchains that will interoperate, such as what Quant does with the Overledger and things, and what XRP Ledger does, and Chainlink and some others, there's going to be not one chain that rules them all. There'll be a link between all these blockchains. But with different technologies such as the internet, the cell phones, the blockchains, and then AI, there will be an interfacing, of course, with all of these rails. Right? Right. Because you've got the internet, you've got the cell phones that have already been created. They complement each other. Now you got blockchain that rides on those rails and complements those with digital wallets on your cell phone and so forth. Now enter AI agents as a fourth layer. I start to get out of breath. I think you guys know why we're investing in all this stuff, and it's never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please tap the like and subscribe down below if you don't mind, because it's crucial for the channel and the algorithm. Thank you. I hate to be a pushy person with that, but thank you for doing that. And don't forget our Caleb and Brown affiliate link down below as well. We're launching our Patreon on September 19th. They say, Frank, it doesn't even matter what you say on the program. Just make sure if you get out of breath, who cares? You just can't stop talking now, child. You just got to keep running right through. Keep the flow going. As long as you keep the flow going, not only will you keep the viewers on, you'll actually attract more. Doesn't even matter what you're saying. You can say the dumbest stuff in the world. Just don't ever stop talking. Breath, don't worry about oxygen. You don't need that. I hope we're having fun. Guys, you're the best for joining me this morning. I'm not paying attention to comments because I'm a little knucklehead trying to entertain. And I don't look at what my most important part. Boy, I almost pass out from, it's kind of fun. I almost pass out from CO2 asphyxiation. I'm ready to pass out. I almost got to that one. I almost went long enough to pass out. One time I'm going to pass out on the channel. All right, here you go. Let's get to them real quick, because then I got to jump off. And so do you. All right. Why do you get? I don't know why you didn't get informed, by the way. I can tell you the XRP's disadvantage. It literally works too well. Yeah, almost no coins burn with it. Yep. I just want to go yup, and I don't mean to because I agree with everything you guys say. I understand. AI always finds backdoor to everything that's turkey based, makes me nervous when it comes to wallets. How do we know our wallets are safe, hot and cold? I know. I agree. And that's why I always say, what? I don't know why you were saying that's something else, Marty. Sorry. But yes, hot and cold wallets, I know. Oh, yeah, because of the break lines with AI, right? You do say please and thank you. Be nice to AI now. Nice point, Marty. Yes, AI always does find a backdoor. It is kind of scary, isn't it, guys? What's going to happen with the interface of AI with the blockchain rails, and then of course all of that riding on cell phone and internet rails, creating this ultra slick, ultra fast movement of money, information. So value and information moving ultra fast on this planet, moving forward. Rather interesting situation. Do we get to a Skynet situation, a RoboCop situation, a Matrixy situation? Do we? It gets pretty weird, doesn't it? Um, excuse me. Hanging by a thread, are we? Teetering on a seesaw, are we, from this possibility of a Skynet situation or a Matrix situation? Are we? Very weird. Very creepy, weird stuff now. Makes me very nervous now. When I think about it too deeply, I don't want to get too far down this rabbit hole. We also don't want to be paranoid either, right? We got to be careful because these things could just enhance, our dealings in the world to such a level that we're so happy. And a lot of the struggles in the name of convenience, because of these four rails connecting, the internet layer, the cell phone layer, the blockchain layer, and the AI layer, excuse me, a synergy between these four, that we see such a level of improvement on this planet hitherto which has not been seen, that allows us to literally go Star Trek, Starfleet. Not kidding. We literally have the ability now to be out there, broken from Earth's gravity, and we're literally doing that thing where we have mechanics just floating around, moving, 10,000 pound pieces of metal for the Starship Enterprise that we literally can create out there in space, moving it no problem with their finger, because we're creating these things with a huge bays in space now, in outer space, and we're literally doing Star Trek, like what we thought was thousands of years ahead. But with these four things integrating, we're literally doing Star Trek, and Starfleet is actually real. Which, by the way, if you think it could be real, Gene Roddenberry supposedly had said, his quote is written that he said Star Trek was literally channeled to him through kind of like an automatic writing thing, that he just went into a trance and was told that this actually really exists in the galaxy, these Klingons and these things. Who knows, right? But literally said that this is what he got, and he didn't just make it up out of nowhere. And could it be true that this is where we are heading in another 100, 200 years with the integration of these four rails? Not that these things exist. I don't know. Does other life? Who knows? I mean, it probably does. Come on. We're the only ones that's kind of arrogant and silly and nonsensical. But yeah, it could be so that the integration of the internet layer, the cell phone layer, the blockchain layer, and now the AI layer, a synergy of the four, will have us zipping around in UFOs in no time. What we call Starship Enterprise, warping, and what literally is just a UFO, basically, but it just was a cool starship looking thing. Who the heck knows? You guys tell me. All right, it's been a great one. You guys are awesome for coming in here. And Montsager, welcome for coming in. Oh my gosh. He says, wait a minute now. Targeting all wallets. Yes, I know, guys. Guys, let's not get scared. Don't worry. If we're air-gapped and keep your stuff cold off the internet, we're okay. Generally speaking, Fireblock security, like on a Caleb, tends to be fine as well, which keeps you hot and on the ready with target orders ready to sell in this bull run going up and down the mountain, because nobody can call the top. And I'm not a financial advisor, and you better not buy or sell anything because of what I say or do, because I am not that financial advisor. You've got to consult your registered investment advisor for that, man. All right? I'm not the one. You got to consult your financial advisor for that. So I appreciate you tuning into this episode of Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Stay cool and collected and visionary, because if you're watching this, you're visionaries. Nothing special. You're visionaries, though. And you are about to be wealthy beyond anybody's measure. And So am I if you have purchased the right projects, but I'm not a crypto advisor and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an educator and I'm an entertainer. So hope you enjoy this day and welcome back in, everybody, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. If you don't get notified, know that I'm doing 7 a.m. Central Time, Colorado time, every Monday through Friday, and 5 p.m. You guys have the best day. And by the way, you know I love you, not in a weird, creepy way, but in a fun way, in a fun, friendly, platonic way, because most of the viewers are men, so don't be a weirdo, Frank, and scare people. No, in a very friendly way, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart and my soul for joining and spending your time on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the tank. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, I see you tonight at 5 if you guys want to join in. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Have a good day, you guys. Keep a smile on. A smile confuses an approaching frown. It's kind of weird.